Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks very much for joining me for this week's Friday Sews video. So Friday Sews was set up by the lovely Jen from Today and Jen Seringham, and it's where we can chat about what we have been sewing, what we will be sewing, and a little bit of life as well. And I usually shoehorn a little bit of knitting and crochet into my Friday Sews as well. So a huge thank you to everybody who sticks around to the end of the video to hear me waffle on about my crochet adventures. I really do appreciate it. So I hope you've all had a lovely week. We've had a good week here in the French Seams household. It's very much summertime. The weather has been wonderful, which has been marvellous. Yes, I'm really enjoying this little bit of warm sunny weather we're getting right at the very end of August. But the end of August it is, and back to school and back to normality is looming. Poor older French Seams last night, I had to get him to try on his school uniform, none of which fits, so I had to do a frantic order to get him a new school uniform before the poor lad starts school again in a few weeks. But we're very much enjoying the last bit of the summer holidays. So on the vlog, I put out a Friday Sews video last week, so thank you very much to everybody who watched that. I'll pop a link up here and down below. And also on the vlog this week, I put in hopefully a timely vlog for some people about packing and travelling me-made items like bags and purses and things like that I've made over the past few years that I still use when I'm packing and when I'm travelling. So I do hope some of you got some inspiration or some ideas from that vlog, and again I'll link a link to it up here and down below. So that was our week. So as regards sewing, what have I been getting up to? Well, I've made a few little bits and pieces. The first two bits I'm going to show you straight away because I've literally had to take them off the washing line. I made my boys little t-shirts in this fabulous fabric that the lovely Benita kindly gifted me last week. They've literally just come out of the washing machine. My boys have been wearing them all the time since I made them. They absolutely love them, so thank you, Benita. So I made one for older French Seams and I made one for baby French Seams, and yes, they're just out of the washing machine. So as always, I bind the neckline. I'll pop in a link up here of how I show you how to do that. This is a relatively recent one from the Specky Seamstress, and it's got ice creams, boats, sandcastles, buckets and spades. I thought it was really perfect for summer, so they just worked out beautifully. I had the tiniest bit of this grey ribbing left over, which is of course perfect. I love using that for the neckline. And then I had to finish them off with, if I can quickly find it, a little label. They love these labels. It's a little seagull and it says, "Did somebody say chips?" And they both have those little labels down at the very bottom and they love them. This is the Waves and Wild Eclipse t-shirt, which I use all the time for my boys. It's fabulous. I'll link it down below. Older French Seams, I think I made him a 7 to 8, and baby French Seams, I think I made him now must be a 4 to 5 or 5 to 6, I think. They fit perfectly, except the sleeves and the bodice is really long. So, and I don't think my boys are particularly short. So they do have a very big hem on them, which is fine because I think they can wear these this year and they can definitely wear them next year as well. I can just let down the hem, which is great. So Benita, thank you so much. I'm so delighted that I managed to make these this week. They're so quick to come together and my boys absolutely love them. So thank you very much. I do have a tiny bit left, so I'm thinking of a few little bits and pieces that I can do to use up all that beautiful fabric. So my boys are delighted to be getting the wear out of those. I really enjoyed making them. The next thing I got done was a little crafty project. So my lovely friend Sam, So Let's Sparkle with Sam, I'll link her channel down below. Please pop over if you don't follow her already. She recently reached 7,000 subscribers, which is wonderful. Her channel is amazing. She does tutorials, she does makes vlogs, she does the most wonderful sewing bee series that's going on at the minute. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that, please do hop over. It's just fabulous hearing all her thoughts about it. But she put up this little tutorial to celebrate her 7K, and I just had to make these. They are so cute. So she has a tutorial, but you can buy the pattern over on her Ko-fi account. It's a pay what you can pattern, but it's absolutely fabulous, as all her patterns are. She did a tutorial for sunglasses cases, and I've also made her So Much Space tote bag, so marvelous. And I just had to make these. These are called the Stash Capsule. I made 2 because they are so quick and so easy and so fun to make. And these are they. So it comes in a variety of sizes when you buy the pattern. So I think if I just check my notes, yes, the bigger one is the largest size, and then this is kind of the third to largest size, I think, but they just slot in so beautifully together. I think they're really cute. So they've got lining and outer, so I just did the reverse. And this fabric, you may remember, the stripy fabric is a lovely denim fabric, and I used that recently to make the painter's tote from the lovely Luke. And and I loved making that bag, and I had a little bit left over. And then the outer fabric you may recognise, I just love this lobster, from my recent sepia trousers. So both these fabrics are from Rainbow Fabrics, but they matched beautifully together. Because they're slightly heavier weight, I didn't have to interface them, which of course made the make even quicker. And I just did the reverse on them, and they are so cute. So you can flap these up, make them as tall or as small as you like, and they're just the most fun little make. And I think they're perfect for your sewing room, for maybe popping in scraps or threads. You can make the slightly bigger one, put in little bits of fabric, a few notions, you can put in pens, pencils, anything. I think they are fabulous for not just your sewing room, but for all around the house. And I think these as well make fabulous gifts. So thank you very much, Sam, for this adorable tutorial. These little stash capsules, I absolutely love them. So that was my little crafty make. So what else did I make this week? What I'm wearing. Is that another fringe dress, Rachel? I hear you cry. Yes, it is. I think we're up to number 4. I just love this pattern so much. This is the Chalk and Notch fringe dress, and I have made 2 previously, I believe, and then I made another one quite recently in collaboration again with the marvellous Sam, Solar Sparkle, and Katherine Soverton Makery. I'll pop a link up here where we did a collaboration because all 3 of us made the fringe dress, and I just love it so much. And then I had 2 meters of this fabric from Rainbow Fabrics, so use Rachel !VIP for 20% off Rainbow Fabrics. That's an affiliate link, thank you very much. And the marvellous thing is you can get a fringe dress out of 2 meters, which is just wonderful. I just think it's such a wonderful way to get, and this is midi length, a midi length dress out of 2 meters is just fabulous. So Chalk and Notch pattern. This is view A, which has the button front, and I do the little turn up cuffs. I make a size 8 grading to a size 10. In my previous versions I had added to the bodice, but I think I'm reducing the amount I add to the bodice. I think this is only about 1/2 inch to the bodice now, and I just love the fit. It does come with a slightly dipped hem, and this time I did remember to level out the hem, so I hemmed it, I cut it, apologies, the skirt at the lowest level of the current skirt, so it's just a midi length skirt. It doesn't have the dip. I find the dip a little bit too high, and I just love how it came out. So the fabric, as I say, is from Rainbow Fabrics. It's this beautiful viscose fabric in this gorgeous green and white. It was beautiful to work with. I did do the turn up cuff, so it's got this cuff detail. These are functioning buttonholes. These aren't, because you can of course open these up and you could let this cuff down for whatever reason if you want a little bit more coverage or something. So, but I do love having the option of doing this little tab and then doing the little buttons. I think is adorable. These are Jazz and Wow buttons. I just love, so this one and this one match. They're kind of slightly more bronzy gold. I'll pop in a picture here, kind of glittery. They're absolutely gorgeous. And then the ones here, I only had 3 left of the gold kind of glittery ones. I can pop up these little ones, which I just love. So it was perfect. I had 3 of these and 2 of these. And that is the end of my Jazz and Wow button stash. I'm sorry to say I have to restock again, but these just work beautifully. So these, I didn't put any buttonholes in these because I can pull this on over my head. The waist is lovely. It does gather at the waist, but not too much at the sides, which is lovely. So all the gathering is at the front, which I quite like. And it's got lovely waist ties. It's got darts where the waist ties are secured, and then darts at the back as well. And then it's got this beautiful neckline, which is faced but sewn down. I just think it gives a beautiful, beautiful finish. And I'll pop in a few pictures here of me wearing it. And it's just the perfect length, and it's just so swooshy and so lovely. And I just adore this dress so much, and I was so excited to make this in our last few sunny days of the summer, which is just wonderful. And hopefully I'll be able to eke this out now into the autumn time with, of course, a little cardigan. So yeah, very, very happy I was able to get this dress made up. So what else did I want to talk to you about? Obviously our new challenge that we're hosting. So myself and again the lovely Sam, Solar Sparkle, Katherine Soverton Makery, we are hosting a challenge that is coming in September, so not too far away. It is called Sew Phoenix September 25, and it's all about remaking and breathing new life into a make you had made previously, which may not have gone very well. So putting into practice now, so the skills and the experience and the knowledge you have now into remaking a garment that may not have gone so well in the past. So September is coming, so you can start very, very soon. Have you got your project in mind? The reveal is all through September. There's no specific reveal date. The challenge is open worldwide. We do have a vlogger tour, which is very exciting. So if you are a vlogger and you would like to join our vlogger tour, please let me know over on Instagram and I'll add you to the list. So that's going to be starting as well on the 1st of September. So keep an eye on that. And of course, we have a whole host of fabulous prizes. And a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors for that. Everybody has been so kind and so generous. So thank you. So I'm really, really excited about September starting and about seeing all your beautiful Phoenix makes. So that's just my little mention about the challenge, because it is coming quickly down the tracks. So as regards plans, so I don't have any huge plans this week. I do have a lovely social day, SEW, coming up with my lovely friend Orla. She is so what over on Instagram. I'll link her channel down below. She's the most fabulous bag maker. She makes garments as well, but her bags are absolutely unbelievable. I'll link her down below. So we are going to be having a little cheeky social day together. So I'm really looking forward to that. We are sewing up a little secret squirrel project, which hopefully I will show you in the coming weeks, but I'm really, really looking forward to that. It's going to be really good fun. Aside from that, I don't have any huge sewing plans. So I should probably move on to my crochet element, shouldn't I? So if you do not want to listen to me yabber on about my knitting and my crochet, I shall leave it there for now. Thank you very, very much as always for watching. I hope you have a lovely week, and I will catch you all again next week. But if you would like a little knitting and crochet update, then don't move. We'll start with knitting because it's going to be a short update. I haven't really done much again because it's been all about the crochet. As a reminder for those following along with my socks, these are the Scatterbee socks. So I've done 1 or 2 rows. That's about it, but I think they're coming along quite nicely. So they're my Scatterbee socks from Ravelry, and I shall link down below. And this beautiful yarn is from This Is Knit. So crochet is the big one, and what shall I tell you? I shall tell you what we got up to last week. So last week was week 3. I didn't think I'd get week 3 finished, but then it all seemed to come together really quickly. So while I'm talking, I'll pop in the full-size picture of the blanket we're doing. This is our crochet along for Halloween. So we had to do the bottom and the top panels, which are these fabulous, got them the right way, I do, cats. So you can see here, there's cats here, and little cat faces there, which this technique is just fabulous. It came together so quickly with these extended trebles, and it's just so effective. We then had to do all the bits and bobs on our little skeleton, the little eyeball and the pumpkin. Full disclosure, I did not like doing the applique. The back looks really messy, which is why I'm not showing you the back, but it was so many of these little eyeballs and then the stitching, and it looks really, really cool, but it just took such a long time, and I had so many of these little eyes floating about the place, but we got it done in the end. So this is the bottom panel. Then I should also have the top panel here, which is basically the same, just mirrored. So you got all the bits and bobs on the top. So that came out quite well. We did the 2 side panels. So attached them all together and did the little witchy warts and witches tights along the side. So I've got 2 of those. This would be this side and this would be this side as we orientate it the right way. So I've got these, so you can see my lovely bats here. I'll pop in the tutorial of where I did the bats, and these little baubles, which I think came out rather well. So these are the 2 side panels. Then we also finished off the big circles in the corners. So we did 2 bats, as I get you my bats, and they have flappy wings, which I think is, oh, poor fella's upside down. Flappy wings, which is just adorable. So these are my little bats. We just had to applique had to crochet the wings and applique them on. I thought that was rather fun to do that. And then I have 2 cats. So here's cat 1 and here's cat 2. I couldn't really decide on whether to stitch down his tail. They said not to, but then it kind of flaps about the place. So I might do a few strategic stitches like on this one, but these cats are just adorable. It kind of reminds me of the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Is anybody my vintage and loved that show? The lovely Salem. So these are my 2 little Salem blocks. So that was last week, and I was screeching towards the finish line with that one. Week 4. It was what we kind of suspected. So over on Instagram, I have a group and we're all doing the Halloween crochet along. So if you'd like to be added to that group, please send me a message over on Instagram and I will happily add you to that group. So this week we have to do the trick or treat panel, and I'll pop up a larger picture of it here. They do give you a kind of a pattern template. So literally just like a box, almost like a kind of cross stitch template, a box, but then they do give you written instructions as well. And it's all tapestry and in tarja crochet. I hope I've got that name right. So we're doing the trick or treat. I have started it while watching Netflix, and well, with one eye Netflix at least. And this is how far I've got. So I've now got 3 balls of wool on the go. So I'm going to mess up everything, but I've got this the right way. Can you just see this is going to say treat? So I've just introduced this kind of greeny colour. Tension wise, it's a bit tricky. This obviously is looser. This tension then is much tighter because you've got the your carrying colours across, but this hopefully will say treat, and then we'll work all the way up into the trick or treat with a little cauldron as well. But this is how far I've got. I'm really enjoying it. It's a bit tricky following the pattern and counting and making sure you've got the right one, and make sure you're carrying the right colour and making sure you're introducing the right colour and dropping the right colour. But I'm really enjoying it. I think this looks really cool, and I can't wait to see the whole panel finished. So I think then next week it's going to be the red and white kind of blood border for the central panel, and then probably the last week will be the tiny pumpkins all the way around the border and the cobwebs. That's my thinking anyway. So we'll see, does that work? But that is my crochet update. So as you can see, I'm really enjoying it, and my boys are loving seeing this coming together as well. It's really good fun, and they lay it out on the ground and pretend it's a picnic blanket and stuff. It's just wonderful, and that just brings me so much joy that they're enjoying it as well. So I shall leave it there for now. Thank you very much for joining me, especially if you've waited until the end until my crochet update. I really do appreciate it. I love talking about my crochet project. Please let me know in the comment box below what you're working on, your knitting, your crochet, your sewing, whatever crafty thing you're doing. If you like this video, I would very much love it if you give me a thumbs up, and also please consider subscribing. I would love to have you along on my sewing adventures. I hope you've all had a lovely week, and I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I shall come back to you very soon with another video. Take care everyone. Bye.